Gary. I'm a Christian gospel preacher from the United Kingdom. Come over here for the Olympics, speak to the crowd, people going in and out stadiums, walking around Paris. We bring with us a message, a timeless message actually, from this book, the Bible. And I know what some of you will be thinking now. You'll be thinking, don't want to hear it, mate, not interested. I do understand. I felt the same way till 5 years ago. And if that is you, I just ask your patience for 5 minutes. Because there will be other people here today that need to hear what I'm going to say. So why are we out here talking about spiritual things really? What we discuss is spiritual matters. Things about, aside from everyday life, issues that affect us all. Some of you think about them more than others. The fact is, the biggest issue that you and I have got as human beings, it's not that we need more money, it's not that we need a bigger house. Our biggest issue is our mortality. We're not around forever. So we kind of have to make the best of this life, make some good choices in this life. And this is what we're here to do, to discuss with you really. Because there are choices we make in this world that affect the next world, because there is a next world. This world is the physical world, and what you see, that's only a small part of the picture. There's a spiritual world, there's an eternal life. All the major religions talk about this, the eternal life. Actually, what we've got to say, what we want to sort of discuss with you really, we can actually base on some solid evidence. We're not going to ask anyone to believe anything ridiculous, nothing that we don't have evidence for. And if what it says in this book is true, if there's just a chance that what this book says is true, you do well to pay some close attention. Because the stakes are really high actually. If you have a soul, which I believe you have, I'll tell you why in a minute. If you have a soul, if there is an eternity after this world, if there is a heaven and if there is a hell, the stakes are pretty high. You've got to get this right. You've got to know where you'll be going when you leave this world. We've got no real concept of eternity. We live in a temporal world where time marches on. But just the word eternity, it's a long time, we'll say that. So let's start from the beginning, right back from the beginning. God created this world. He's a creator. If I look at that building, I know there's a builder. I went to the art museum the other day, the Louvre. I looked at all the famous paintings. And when you look at a painting, you know there's been a painter. Logical, yeah? And when we look at creation, we know there's a creator. It didn't create itself. Evolution has not been proven. You need a lot of faith to believe in it. The narrative of the Bible makes a lot more sense. This isn't just for lunatics who can't deal with life, who need something to prop themselves up. Absolutely not. There's more solid evidence in this book to tell you the story of where you come from, who created you, than you will ever find come out of an evolutionist's mouth. So we've been created by God. The world was created by God. Right, Jack. And if you create something, if you're a creator of something, you've got certain rights over it. Okay? And the right that God has is to judge his creation, to make a judgment on it. He's God, he can do that. You and I are part of God's creation. We're part of God's creation. All of us. And the book of Hebrews says this: it's appointed once for a man to die and then will come a judgment. We can't escape that. It doesn't matter if you don't believe. It's irrelevant. It's inescapable. going to be judged. God's going to look at our life, look at what we've done, look at what we haven't done, make a judgment and assign us to one or two places. The Bible calls these places heaven and hell. We don't come here today to ruin anyone's day, believe you me.